Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. I was looking through some old photographs recently. You know the kind. Boxes of pictures that somehow survive every move, every clean out, every attempt to organize your life. I came across one that made me stop. Not because it captured some major event either. Nobody was graduating and nobody was getting married and nobody was standing beside a birthday cake. In fact, if a stranger looked at the picture, they probably wouldn't see anything special at all. A few people standing around, a couple of cars in the driveway, a sunny afternoon. That's it. And yet, I couldn't stop looking at it because I knew something the stranger didn't. I knew every person in that picture. I knew where they were in their lives. I knew who was laughing just before the camera clicked. I knew who would eventually move away. I knew who would grow older, and I knew that some of them would not be here forever. Suddenly, what looked like an ordinary photograph wasn't ordinary anymore. It was a snapshot of a day when nothing happened. And that's exactly what made it beautiful. Nobody woke up that morning thinking that they were creating a memory. Nobody gathered everyone together and said, "Pay attention, one day you're going to miss this." Life rarely works that way. Most of the moments we treasure later arrive disguised as completely normal days. The people we love are nearby, the routines are familiar, and the future still feels endless. So we move through these days without realizing how precious they are. I think about that sometimes. How often we're waiting for life to happen while life is already happening. We're looking ahead to the vacation, the promotion, the holiday, the weekend. Meanwhile, an ordinary Tuesday is quietly unfolding around us. A conversation at the kitchen table, a phone call from a friend, a laugh that comes out of nowhere. A family dinner that seems completely forgettable at the time. Years later, those are often the moments that we wish we could visit again. Not because they were extraordinary, but rather because they were ours. I remember evenings growing up when nothing special was going on. The television was on, people were moving in and out of rooms, somebody was talking about work and somebody else was talking about school. At the time, it felt like background noise. Now I understand it differently. That wasn't background noise. That was life. Real life. The kind that never makes headlines. The kind that never becomes a major milestone. It was the kind that quietly builds a home around us. I think one of the reasons nostalgia can hit so hard is because we finally recognize the value of moments we once overlooked. We weren't wrong to overlook them. We were busy living them. That's what people do. You can't spend every second appreciating the present while you're in the middle of it. But every now and then, it's worth slowing down enough to notice who's sitting across from you, to notice the sound of familiar voices, to notice that this ordinary day will never come again in exactly the same way. The people will change, you will change, and life will keep moving. That's not sad, it's just true. And maybe that's what gives ordinary moments their value. Not their rarity, but rather their uniqueness. This exact day has never happened before, and it never will again. The coffee you're drinking, the conversation you're having, the person you're texting, the walk you're taking, all of it. All of it exists only right now. I think we spend a lot of time chasing memorable days, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But some of the days that stay with us forever are the ones that seemed completely unremarkable at the time. The day nobody got bad news, the day everybody came home, the day dinner ran a little long because nobody was in a hurry to leave the table, the day nothing happened. At least that's what we called it. Years later, we realized something did happen. Life happened, and it was beautiful. So today, if everything feels ordinary, maybe take a moment to appreciate that. Not because every day is perfect, because every day is unique. One day, today's ordinary moments may become some of your favorite memories. And if that happens, you'll discover something wonderful. The day nothing happened was actually one of the days that mattered the most. Think about it, guys. Really think about it. Go back over this episode, because I think if you didn't get anything out of it, then you need to read it again. I love you guys very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out there and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.